Hello everyone, a massive welcome to all my brilliant WAEC, NECO and JAMB candidates out there. Today we're diving deep into a topic that is honestly the foundation of so much in biology, the organization and classification of living organisms. Trust me, getting this down is absolutely key to acing your exams. Now look, everything we are covering today, it's pulled straight from your official syllabus. No fluff, no side trips. And why does that matter so much? Because this topic is what I like to call a high-scoring strategy. Examiners love to test these core concepts in both the objective and the theory sections. So yeah, you're going to want to pay close attention. So here's our game plan. We'll start with the building blocks of life, move on to how we classify everything, then we'll tackle some real past questions, and finally, wrap it all up with a quick recap. Sound good? Let's get started. Right, first up, the levels of biological organization. I want you to think of it like building with Legos, You start with one tiny simple brick, then you add another and another, and soon you have this huge complex creation. Well, life is built in exactly the same way, in a logical sequence. Let's see how it all fits together. Everything, and I mean everything, starts right here with the cell. The definition you need to know by heart is that it's the basic structural and functional unit of life. It's the first building block. Your syllabus specifically wants you to remember examples of organisms that are just this one single cell, like our famous friends amoeba and Ergulena. So what happens when cells decide to team up? Well, when a group of similar cells gets together to do a specific job, that's what we call a tissue. And listen, the classic exam example for an organism at this level of organization is Hydra. Please remember that name. It comes up all the time. And the complexity just keeps building from there. When tissues combine, they form an organ, like an onion bulb. When organs start working together, they form a system, like our own digestive system. And finally, when you put all those systems together, you get a complete functioning organism, like a person or a whole flowering plant. So this right here is the crucial takeaway, this hierarchy. It always goes cell to tissue, to organ, to system, and finally to organism. It shows that perfect increase in complexity. And I guarantee you, JAMB loves to ask questions where you have to put this in the correct order, so you have to memorize it. Okay, we get how life is organized, but how do biologists even begin to make sense of the millions and millions of different species on Earth? Well, that's where classification comes in. Think of it like a massive library, where classification is the system that makes sure every single living thing has its proper place on the shelf. The hero of this whole story is a scientist named Carolus Linnaeus. He developed this simple but absolutely brilliant two-name system we still use, called binomial nomenclature. For us, it's Homo sapiens. Just notice the two simple rules. The first name, the genus, starts with a capital letter. The second name, the species, starts with a small letter. Examiners love to test you on that tiny detail. Now, this table right here, this is your golden ticket. Biologists sort all life into these 5 major kingdoms. Now, pay a really close attention to the features that make them different. For instance, look at cell type. Monera are prokaryotic, which is just a science way of saying they don't have a true nucleus. All the others are eukaryotic. They do. That's a huge difference. This table is the perfect tool for your revision. Alright, that's enough theory for now. It's time to put what we've learned into practice. Let's see how these concepts actually show up in your exams by tackling some real past questions from WAEC, JAMB, and NECO. Are you ready for this? Let's go. Here's a typical theory question from WAEC. Before you write anything, look at those first words. What is, name, and state? These are your command words. They are clues telling you exactly how much detail the examiner is looking for. Let's break down how to get every single mark. For part 1, a nice clear definition is all you need. It's grouping organisms based on shared features. Part 2 is just a name, Carolus Linnaeus. For part 3, you just list 3 reasons like the ones you see here. Now, the most common mistake students make is being too vague. Don't just say for study. That's not good enough. You have to say how it helps, like to arrange organisms in an orderly manner. Be specific. Let's move on to a JAMB question. And just like I told you, here it is, a direct test of that organizational hierarchy. They want the correct sequence, starting from the simplest and going up to the most complex. Take a good look at those options. Which one is it? The correct answer is B. And it has to be B. Why? Because life always builds up from the most basic unit, and that's the cell. So right away, you can eliminate any option that doesn't start with cell. That's a great exam trick. Just remember that simple rule. It all begins with the cell. And now for our NECO question. This one tests if you can link those specific examples from the syllabus to their correct level. So which of these organisms is made of tissues but doesn't have complex organs yet? Let's just look at this visually for a second. On the left, you've got amoeba. It's one single cell doing everything by itself. But on the right, you have hydra. See how it has those distinct layers of cells, an ectoderm and an endoderm? Those are its tissues, which makes it way more complex than an amoeba. So the answer has to be D, hydra. Let's quickly eliminate the others, just to be sure. We know amoeba is just a single cell. An onion plant has organs like its bulb. An earthworm is very complex. It has full organ systems. Only hydra fits that perfect description of being at the tissue level of organization. Fantastic work, everyone. We've gone through the concepts, we've tackled real past questions. Now let's just put it all together into a powerful toolkit that will give you all the confidence you need on exam day. And here you have it, pretty much the entire lesson on one slide. For levels of organization, you need to know the hierarchy and the key examples. For classification, you need the 5 kingdoms and Carolus Linnaeus. Go ahead, screenshot this page right now. It's perfect for that last-minute revision. And finally, here is your personal success checklist. Please spell biological terms correctly. You can lose easy marks there. Always follow the command words, memorize your examples, and for objective questions, get into the habit of eliminating the wrong answers first. You are now more than ready to tackle any question on this topic. If you found this explainer helpful, do me a huge favor. Please like this video, share it with your classmates and friends who are also getting ready, and make sure you subscribe to the channel right now so you don't miss our next topic. And for thousands of free practice questions, visit examkp.com. Let's go smash these exams together.